What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Straight Betting. We got Game 3 of the NBA Finals today. Man, I'm hyped. I'm hyped. I'm glad it's back in Indy, right? Because those games in OKC, I know that Indy got one, right? I know that they got one, but those games in OKC are just like so dicey for like a 30-point blowout every single time. So it's kind of hard to like even like look at the opposing team unders unless you're like a bench player who would benefit from that. So yeah, man. But Thunder Pacers, I think we got like a 5.5-point spread. I'm a big fan of Indiana keeping this one close, guys, because you want to hear a fun fact. Fun fact is that OKC has a negative net rating by a decent margin on the road this postseason, and the most they've won a game by is 6. And I think that was against Memphis. I'm not even sure. I think it was like the game they were down 30. But yeah, man, this OKC team is night and day on the road than they are at home. Because of that, man, I think that we fully get a close game here. I love buying low on some indie stuff. I got 3 props, by the way. So I know I'm starting off with the casual yap sesh, but I really do like a ton of indie over stuff, man. And I'll touch on all that after the props. Like I said, guys, I do have 3 props for today, and I'll give them out very shortly, guys. But the first thing I want to do is just a quick reminder, guys. If you guys do enjoy this type of content, make sure to drop a like and sub to the channel. Also just drop a comment down below if who you got winning, how you feel about these plays that you're on. I'll make sure to get back to every single comment. So yeah, comment down below stuff on how you're feeling about all that. So anyways, guys, let's get into it. Indiana, OKC, game 3 of the NBA Finals. First official play, I am going with Miles Turner over 21.5 PRA, minus 114 at FanDuel. Guys, when you watch back the tape, man, so I think the biggest thing is that, obviously, guys, this is him head-to-head in the playoffs. Biggest thing is that OKC, I think that they're fully abandoning their 5-out or their 5 small ball lineups. They got killed on the glass in game 1. They obviously closed that lineup, and like it was very obvious to everyone who watched that lineup kind of cost them the game. But yeah, look, they're going to get killed on the glass if they go small. They have absolutely 0 rim protection against a team, with like Pascal Siakam, Miles Turner, guys like Mathurin, even Toppin, a ton of guys who like to get to the cup and finish. I just don't think that's going to work. So in game 2, obviously it's OKC's defense. Obviously it was OKC's defense at home, which I'm going to emphasize how much better they are. The one action that consistently generated an open look by far was the Miles Turner pick and roll. Chet and Hartenstein are kind of sitting in drop coverage, right? They're kind of trying to like play Halliburton a little bit. They're shading Halliburton for sure, right? Because they don't want to let Halliburton get going. So they're playing drop, but shading Halliburton. And Miles Turner is getting these wide open pick and pop middies, wide open pick and pop threes, obviously. On top of that, bro, like he's attacking these closeouts. He's kind of got a step on Hartenstein when he does that. Against Chet, man, he's just way stronger than Chet. Like Miles Turner's not a guy who's going to get a ton of usage, but they legit fed him a couple post ups, and like he drew a foul with ease. Like Chet just is like too skinny to guard him one-on-1. So when he catches it deep, it's pretty easy. As we can see here, guys, there's a couple more reasons to be optimistic for this, I think. But yeah, in game 1, he had 15 points, 9 rebounds, 28 minutes. Game 2 obviously was a blowout. 27 minutes, 16 points, 4 rebounds, but he did have 11 chances, then had 4 assists. So yeah, look, the points cap, I just gave it to you, man. Like I said, I seriously think this is the one form of offense that genuinely comes easy. I think that Turner like potentially could have like a super big spike game one of these times because everything else just comes so difficult for Indiana except for the Turner stuff. For the rebounding side of things, man, I still think his number's a little bit suppressed due to that Knicks series. And look, man, I know he only had 4 rebounds. OKC shot the piss out of the ball. He had 11 chances. He did have 9 in game 1 and only 28 minutes. Like I said, this is a good rebounding matchup. Chet starting at the 5. Anytime Chet's playing the 5, obviously Hartenstein's a little bit different, but at least Hartenstein, camps out near the rim. But Chet specifically, he just, this team is not going to be a good rebounding team with Chet out there. So yeah, I still think, look, we're getting a 5.5 line for Miles Turner. I think he's probably going to play like 30 to 32 minutes or something in this game. I'll speak on that in a little bit, but yeah, I just think this line's still a little bit suppressed. I think that most of the time he's going to be around that 14 rebound chances or something. Definitely wouldn't be surprised to see like an 8 rebound game or something from Miles Turner. Minutes. Look, man, game one, this was the Obi Toppin game, obviously, right? He shot 5 for 7 for 3, I think. They also were kind of coming from behind, right? Don't forget that even though they won this game, they were kind of, down 10 for most of the game, down 15 a little bit. And then they got blown out here, man, right? Like bad script for a big fella, right? He's probably gonna, be off the floor when his team is down 20 in the fourth, right? Which what happened. So yeah, like I said, really like this game script, man. I think it's gonna be wire to wire. And yeah, that's obviously good for Turner. The Thomas Bryant minutes have been pretty damn bad. So yeah, I do envision him kind of getting up to that 30 to 32 range for minutes as well. And like I said, he's at 24 PR in each game. Like the minutes to go up, like the matchup, all that good stuff. So yeah, Miles Turner over 21.5 PRA first game. Also just like Indiana to play better, right? Like OKC's defense. Look, man, real quick. I know I've been pulling up a lot of stuff. This is their defensive rating on the road this postseason. Literally middle of the pack. 114 defensive rating. Now let's switch it. Let's okay. Chasing history. Let's go to home. Defensive rating at the crib. OKC 99.3. Just this team, guys. I don't know if there's some old heads watching this or anything. I'm telling y'all, OKC when they're at the crib, when they're at home, is probably the best defense of all time. Like, and I seriously, like, I'm 23. I'm younger, so maybe I don't know ball. That's what I see, man. Best defense I've ever witnessed. So yeah, just them. It's pretty night and day with them on the road and at home. Just like Indiana, the spot for Indiana too. So that's why I kind of like the overs for the Pacers here. Second official play. Like I said, I got 2 more plays coming. Here is the second official play. Lou Dort under 13.5 PRA minus 122. So yeah, there's a couple other better prices out there. But I did play it here just due to like liquidity reasons. But yeah, so Lou Dort under 13.5 PRA. Let's filter this to the playoffs real quick. If we just look at this straight up, he is under in 11 out of 18 games. Guys, this is kind of where it gets ugly though. Well, not for us because we're taking the under. Lou Dort is averaging 8.6 PRA on the road. He has not went over in a singular road game this postseason. So definitely is not playing good on the road. I got a tab up right here. A lot of ads going on. But Lou Dort stats home versus away this postseason. Guys, if you see this 3-point percentage, 38.5% at home, that's pretty good. On the road, guys, he is shooting 26.8%, 19.4% from deep. You hear this all the time. Role players on the road shoot the ball worse. Role players at home shoot the ball better. This is super, super applied to Dort here. And yeah, man. So, I'd be pretty surprised if he had an efficient night from the floor, just given his road struggles so far this postseason. A couple more things that I want to add on, though. That's not the only thing I really like about it. I really like Aaron Wiggins, guys. I mean, this speaks for itself, right? 18 points. Honestly, pretty much none of these were garbage time either, right? Like these were like legit buckets. Aaron Wiggins played amazing. He's a legit, like, really good shooter, really good scorer next to Shea, who like inevitably they're gonna load up on him a little bit from time to time just because he is so damn good. I was surprised with his minutes this postseason. I think that he's a really good player. But especially coming off of a showing like this, Wiggins is definitely going to get a crack at 2 rotations. I feel very, very confident in that. And of course, guys, if he's shooting the ball good again, probably going to roll with him. Kenrick Williams, this doesn't really do justice right here. He was a plus 13 in like 5 first half minutes, and the eye test completely backed it up. Kenrick Williams, he is just like a very, very good matchup for like the Pascal Siakams, to play small ball, small 4. He's just like a very, very good matchup defensively, and like it completely passed the eye test. The minutes with him looked really good. He's a trustworthy player, makes the right play. I think he's gonna get another crack at it for sure. 1 rotation. I don't know about 2, but think he's definitely gonna get a little bit of minutes here. And yeah, guys, so Caruso is clearly ahead of the pecking order of Dort, in my opinion, too. Like, he's just like, in these close games, Caruso is always flirting with 30 minutes. He's just probably a better player than Dort, to be honest. You still got Cason Wallace. Cason Wallace, he's another guy who I kind of lean under on personally, but like, who knows? What if Dort's throwing up bricks, he's probably going to get his minutes taken by Cason. And then you got a small chance, right? The double big did get like 4 or 5 minutes together last game, and it did, they were a net positive by a decent margin with it. Still think that there's a decent chance that they go back to that a little bit. So yeah, I just think that Dort like needs to shoot the ball well to secure his minutes because they have so many options next to them. And yeah, like Dort helps for sure defensively, but it's not like you have other people who can do what he does basically. So yeah, I really think that Dort's like going to need to shoot the ball well to play good minutes, and he's literally shooting 19% on the road this postseason. So I don't think home road splits are usually like a huge edge, but when it comes to postseason, it's kind of mental at this point, and it's like it really is like a thing, especially from three. And Dort needs to hit threes too. He's obviously he doesn't shoot twos basically unless it's like a wide open transition opportunity or something. So yeah, 3-pointers are kind of mental. Playoffs, home road splits, I do kind of buy into them a little, like a fair bit. So yeah, fading Dort here. Like I said, he has yet to go over on the road this postseason, and yeah, happy fading him on the road here. All right, guys. Third and final play, but before I give that out, guys, it is 2025. The books, they are getting sharper and sharper, and they will continue to keep on getting sharper. It's more important than ever to be getting the best price in market, which means you need as many options to bet at as possible. And that's why I'm shouting out peer-to-peer exchanges like Novig and ProphetX. If you're watching this video in the afternoon or like a couple hours before Game 3, you guys need to be on Novig and ProphetX because there's a very good chance that these lines that I'm giving out right now are going to be the best price in market on at least one of those exchanges. And the reason for this is, closer to the start of the game, there's going to be more action on each side. And obviously, guys, it's peer-to-peer, so you need action on each side, and that's kind of how it works. So yeah, I have links to download both apps, both Novig and ProphetX down below. And for Novig, guys, go through the link down below. Use code BETTIN, that's BETTIN, when you make your first deposit. They'll give you a 50% deposit match up to $25. And for ProphetX, when you go through the link down below, they'll give you a 2% ProphetX cashback or profit cashback on each play for the next 30 days, up to $300 in profit cash back. So yeah, guys, make sure to go through the link in the description for that ProphetX deal specifically to be unlocked. All right, play number 3. This one is probably going to get some hate in the comment section down below. I get it. I totally get it. Play number 3, Isaiah Joe, under 2.5 points, plus 110 at Caesars. So, guys, I just kind of yapped about for the Dort play. How I do really like Wiggins and even Kendrick Williams here, or in this series, to be honest. And I think it proved last game. I think that Isaiah Joe is by far going to be the 10th option in this game. Like I said, behind Kenny Hustle, behind Aaron Wiggins. He only played 4 minutes last game before garbage time. Obviously, guys, this game, I've talked about it, fully expect it to be wire to wire. Fully expect OKC to need to go try hard, not, to play their best players. Isaiah Joe is a good shooter, but he is like the one guy in the rotation that you can hunt. And yeah, he's a very plus matchup for the Indy guards, to attack at, like Hallie and Nemhard and stuff. So yeah, like I said, Wiggins, man, fully expect him to get 2 rotations. The Kenny Hustle thing was, he was a plus 15 in 7 minutes. Yeah, I just think he's a clear-cut, 10th man. Like I said, he played 4 minutes in garbage time. The minutes were I think he was like a plus 2, and they were like up by 20 in the first half. So it's not like his minutes went crazy good or anything. Yeah, I think that he's a good chance at a DNP, if I'm going to be completely honest. And I know that if it's a DNP, we don't win the bet, right? But the good thing is about Isaiah Joe is that he is he's a specialist. He's a 3-point specialist. So there's a good chance that even if he's not in the rotation, there's always one possession, at the end of quarter, end of shot clock or something that they might want to get him in there to, just get up a shot. And yeah, so look, we're getting plus money for a guy who I think is probably not even going to be in the rotation. I don't know. I really think a good projection for his minutes is 3 to 5 or something. So you know what, look, we're getting plus 110, which is the main selling point for me. If this is minus 130, do not play it. Plus 110 though, guys, I have to take a stab at it. Yeah, and just knowing my luck, guys, this postseason has not been kind to me. Even though the finals, we're kind of starting to, we've had 2 profitable, games 1 and 2 to start, but yeah, I'm just so ready for Isaiah Joe to check in. Like I said, the specialist time, end of quarter, he'll get up like a deep three, like a 35-footer, with a shot clock expiring, and there we go. That's his one possession, his one shot, but he made it and we lost. So no, but seriously, in all seriousness, guys, I really, I do like Joe too. If you guys have access to Bet365 or like Fliff, I would probably play this under 4.5 PRA at -115 over the under 2.5 points. But yeah, man, like I said, I truly think that he's not going to be in the rotation. So I'll take the stab. We'll hope that he gets specialist time and, gets like one or two possessions, because I think that's definitely in the range of outcome. So yeah, +110, sign me up. I'll play it. Comment down below, guys, if you guys think that this is a terrible, terrible look. But yeah, I'm going with it. Isaiah Joe under 2.5 points. You'd have to, hit a three in like 3 to 5 minutes, in my opinion. And I'll take my chance at +110 that he doesn't. All right. That's going to do it, guys, for the official plays. That's not going to do it for the video. Let's talk about some Pacer stuff. Siakam and Halliburton, let's group them together because, I think they're interesting. Halliburton proved that he could score, when he is aggressive at the end of the game. Waited way too long for it. There's always a big thing with Halliburton, right? Clearly isn't aggressive. You kind of like, the star player to bounce back and to be a little bit more aggressive in the spot. And like I said, I'm just in on Indiana. I think that the offense is going to look good. I think it's just going to look better than, well, I'm very confident that it's going to look better than it did in OKC. So yeah. Is it a good matchup? Absolutely not. Like, I faded him last game. It's not a good matchup at all. They have so many guys to throw at him. He struggles to create his own shot. Something just telling me Halliburton's going to have a good game. It's kind of a gut feeling. Would not play the under. Probably wouldn't play the over either. And that's kind of the same thing with Siakam, man. Didn't shoot the ball well at all. Had 15 points. Shot the ball fine. Pretty average in game one. Had 19 points. Think he's probably going to hover around this line. Same thing with Halliburton. Wouldn't touch the over, wouldn't touch the under. Rebound stuff. I think that Hallie rebounds are a little interesting. Let's not forget he did have 10 rebounds in game one. Like I said, OKC, just don't expect the role players to make shots like they did in game two either. So definitely opens up some interesting like rebound buy lows just because they shot the ball so well in game two at home. So yeah, Turner, like I said, love his stuff. I think that offense is going to come easier for him than anyone else on this team. So going with him over his PRA. Aaron Nesmith, look, I was pretty close to using like his rebounds and a juice reducer. Aaron Nesmith, he's not guarding Shea basically at all. He's guarding J-Dub, who, still he'll get his usage here and there, but it's like nothing compared to Shea. And so it's Nembhard, and then when Nembhard's off the court, it's actually Mathurin who gets the Shea assignment. I wonder if they stick to that for very long because Mathurin's competing, but he's just not very disciplined as a defender. And yeah, I wonder how long they stick to that. So maybe that's kind of in the back of my head. But yeah, guys, Nesmith is spending like a lot of time off ball. So he obviously had that 12 rebound game, 19 chances. And he's another guy too, man. 31, 26 minutes. He's just like a big time winning player. Game three now. Like I said, I kind of do expect Indy to shorten that rotation a little bit. So I think that his minutes go up. I think OKC misses more shots than they did in game two. So I wouldn't hate going nibbling at Aaron Nesmith over 5.5 boards at +122. I think that's a pretty decent look. Same with Nembhard, guys. I really like Nembhard stuff. It's the same thing with like, they are making it tough on Halliburton. The ball just is ending up in Nesmith's hands more, Nembhard's hands more. He's getting a lot of opportunities to create the bigs. Like I said, fully expect the bigs to be on the court. Nembhard is not a shooting threat who is going to, command like bigs playing at the level. So yeah, Nembhard, 14 points in game one, shot the ball 11 shots. That's pretty good. Then game two, 8 shots, 2 for 4 from the stripe. Pretty normal shooting variance besides the free throw line, right? Give him that extra point, he goes over. I'm a big fan of Nembhard points, Nembhard PA here. Big fan of this. This is probably my second favorite look on the Pacers. Toppin's interesting. Look, I think the shots are going to be there for him. It's a role player going home. You got to like that a little bit. And yeah, his minutes are definitely pretty safe, I think. So don't have crazy Toppin thoughts, but probably lean over a little bit on Toppin. Mathurin's dicey. Jarris Walker's still out. I've been on him in the first couple games, but I liked that they were such big underdogs in OKC for that spot because as we saw last game, he got high usage in garbage time and he hit before that, but it just made it like super easy to like the point where he could have had like 5 PRA going into garbage time and cash and stuff. So yeah, probably stay away from Mathurin stuff. In game 5, I'll probably go back to it. Hope that he has a couple duds. Hope that the line would fall a little bit. But yeah, TJ's interesting. He can score pretty well on a per minute basis. They are giving him those little middies. They're also leaving him pretty open. They're not really giving him anything at the rim. However, he is kind of a liability out there. The more I watch him play, he's just small as hell. Going up against his OKC team, he he really can't play alongside Halliburton, who's probably going to play 38 minutes or something here. I wonder. Yeah, I don't know if he shares the court with Halliburton much. I would not be shocked if TJ has like a 12-minute game or something. So yeah, TJ on a per minute basis, I think he can be fine, but the minutes I think are pretty dicey. Thomas Bryant, he probably should not play more than like 5 minutes. And then Ben Shepherd, he didn't really get. He only played, I think. Let me quick look at this. He played first half. He played a minute and 54 in the first half. I wonder if that sticks. They've been going with Mathurin over him. So yeah, probably stay away from Shepherd stuff as well. SGA, Mr. Consistent. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about Shea. It's kind of weird to think about this, but I think his lines are set good, right? He's probably going to end with like 30 to 36 points. That's just what he does. Yeah, so it's going to be close. Indiana, like they are showing him, aggressive stuff here and there. He can just get his shot whenever he wants, to be honest with you. And maybe the role players aren't hitting their shots, and Shea starts to force the issue himself. Definitely could potentially see that coming. So, yeah, like I said, I just think Shea's lines are efficient, right? His assists are at 6.5, some 7.5s out there, which could be interesting for an under. Yeah, but Shea, I just don't have a take on him. J-Dub, guys, I really like J-Dub. J-Dub's volume's been really good. Shot 6 for 19 and had 17 points. And then this game, he shoots 5 for 14, has 19 points, gets to the stripe a fair bit. He's getting some pretty good catch and shoot opportunities and just like attacking closeout opportunities, being one pass away from SGA. Because Shea will obviously pass it up to J-Dub. When he's like, attacking, like they're really not over helping at all. I think that J-Dub, I love J-Dub here, man. I kind of want to use his like 20 plus points and then find something to pair with, something just like super safe. That's kind of like how I'm thinking about it. Just get it down a little bit, but yeah, J-Dub's due, man. This is a really good matchup for J-Dub, and you're getting kind of a suppressed line after two stinkers. J-Dub's probably my favorite overlook on the Thunder for sure. I think he's pretty due. Chet. So, guys, Chet has only played 28 minutes and then 24 minutes. Like I said, I don't envision that game one happening. I also don't really see the ceiling for Chet personally. I think that they do run a little bit of too big. But Chet, guys, to be honest, like defensively, he just like really can't guard Turner that well. Like he doesn't move great and drop. Like Turner, like he doesn't look like crazy mobile getting out there to contest his threes or to slide his feet when Turner attacks the closeout. I don't know. I think that Hartenstein actually can like impose his will a little bit more on the glass specifically, like just make OKC dominate the glass when he's out there. I kind of think that Hartenstein's going to play like 22 minutes. I kind of think that there's not going to be a ton of overlap, maybe like 6 minutes or so. So like how much does that leave for Chet? Like 32 as a ceiling or something? I don't know. I don't really I don't know how much of a fan I am of Chet stuff this series, man. And another thing with Chet too is that he looks super sped up out there. Like I don't know if y'all watch. Obviously, what Indy does is like they deny Shea, they deny J-Dub, like they just full court press, right? So a lot of times like it's Turner guarding Chet, and Chet will just bring it up, and he like goes into this drive, and like he doesn't want to. He gets past Turner a little bit, but like Turner is like in position to block a shot, or contested like heavily, and he just like he looks sped up out there, man. So I'm kind of out on Chet this series, and I don't really hate his unders, right? Like he hasn't really came close to this line yet. 12 PRA, 22, and guys, this game he started off like on fire, and like he did have 17 rebound chances and only 6 rebounds. So you think that maybe regresses to the mean a little bit positively. But yeah, I'm kind of out on Chet, man. The more I think about it this series, I think that there's just like he's obviously going to play his like 28 to 30 minutes probably, but I just kind of think that's it. So yeah, kind of lean pretty heavily on Chet stuff. Caruso, I think that if you're Indy, you kind of just got to keep living with what Caruso's doing. He's being very involved in the offense because of like their ball denial stuff on Shea and J-Dub. So yeah, I kind of think this continues, man. Playing huge minutes, he's going to get some catch and shoot looks here and there. Caruso's realistically probably the third best player, or third or fourth best player. Okay, I'm not going to disrespect Chet. He's realistically probably their fourth best player, and even though he comes off the bench, he is absolutely important. And in these must-win games, like I said, he's probably going to be in that 26 to 30-minute range every single time. So yeah, Caruso matches up great. Yeah, Dort 7.5. No, I already talked about Dort stuff. I'm on his under. So yeah, Hartenstein's interesting, man. I just think that I just think he can really impose his will against his team. I think that he played great last game, played great in game one. I kind of like those minutes to keep on trending up, and you're getting a pretty low line. So yeah, don't hate going back to Hartenstein stuff. Obviously, we were on his rebounds and assists last game, and he had 12. He had 9 potential assists, guys, in 22 minutes, which is crazy. So yeah, if you guys want to go back to the well on Hartenstein, 1.5 assists, like I said, 9 potentials in 22 minutes. So yeah, don't hate going back to that at all. Wallace, like I said, kind of lean under on him. He's in that Dort bucket, but his line is more so adjusted, in my opinion. Right, you're getting to that 10.5 line range. He's been hovering around there, and he's still starting. Right, so yeah, I just don't see much value on his under, but I'm kind of iffy on Kaysen, right? So Aaron Wiggins, I just probably wouldn't play anything besides ults for him, right? Like there definitely is a world where he goes back to 2 5-minute stints or something. So it's kind of ults or nothing. I think that the looks are probably still going to be there for him. So yeah, ults or nothing for Wiggins. Kenny Hustle, like I said, there's not really anything to play out there for Kenny Hustle. No combo lines or nothing like that. But yeah, like I said, I do think his minutes went good, and I think that he's going to play his 6 to 10 minutes here. So Isaiah Joe, like I said, I'm on his under. Think that he's out of the rotation. Think that he's the clear-cut 10th man. So yeah, there we go on that. All right, guys. That's gonna do it. Like I said, one last reminder: make sure to drop a like, sub the channel if you do appreciate this type of content. And yeah, let me know down below what plays you agree with, what plays you think I'm way off with. Let's quick recap. It was Turner over 21.5 PRA, Dort under 13.5 PRA, and Isaiah Joe under 2.5 points. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Catch you next time for Game 4.